again, this is Diamond from Diamond Shine Soap. I'm super excited to see you today. Today in the studio, we are going to make some Kitsch shampoo bars. But before we get into making those bars, I want to let you guys know that this entire recipe will be found in the Patreon, linked in the description box. The Patreon has all of my recipes, y'all. So if you want to learn how to make candles, you want to learn how to make any kind of bath and body products, I have over 1,000 posts. You will not be disappointed. I have a few tiers. I have a $5 tier, a $10 tier, and a $20 tier. The $5 tier is just for my soapers. The $10 is for people who just want recipes and no classes. And the $20, we do live classes, and we have so many vendors. And guys, I search night and day to make sure you guys got some awesome vendors, okay? So go ahead and get it, all right? Now, another thing I want to let you guys know, if you have not liked the video, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so that you do not miss anything that we do new on the channel. I'm so excited about today. So let's talk about what we're going to be doing today. Guys, listen, I don't know if you guys heard, if you go and you Google, I want you to just take your phone, if you do not know, and I want you to Google Kitsch shampoo bars, or just Google shampoo bars. Don't even Google no company, just put shampoo bars. Now, if you did that, you will notice that that company come up. That company has sold thousands of shampoo bars. These shampoo bars would not sell that good if it did not have a really good recipe. So today, guess what we're gonna do? We are going to copycat that recipe, guys. I have the recipe. I have added some things to it to enhance the recipe, but also at the same time, I have kept the same exact ingredients that Kitsch used inside of their recipe, and we are about to make it, okay? So let's talk about what we're gonna be using today.
Okay, you're going to need some BTMS 50, cetyl alcohol, cocoa butter, stearic acid, sodium cocoa noodles, hydrolyzed keratin protein, rice flour, castor oil, D-L-panthenol, cocoa butane, aka bubble up, and also you are going to need some sodium taurate, which comes from coconuts. First thing first, I am preparing my heated phase, okay? So usually in the heated phase, that's where your cocoa butter, your oils go in, your cetyl alcohol, BTMS 50, all of those kind of cool things, your emulsifiers, everything go inside of your heat-proof container. And so today I am going to be using a Pyrex, okay? And I'm going to double boil it. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my dry ingredients in here. So that is my cocoa noodles, guys. Now, this particular recipe is a little bit pricey to make, okay? Because we use about 10 ounces of cocoa noodles. We're also going to replace the sodium taurate, which is a part of the recipe, the actual recipe from the company Kitsch, but we're going to be replacing that with some SLSA, and so that's also from coconut. So everything that I'm using is from coconut, okay? So if you have any kind of coconut allergy, this is not the recipe for you, because this is a very coconut-y thing, all right? Now, the reason why I'm replacing that is because there are so many ingredients inside of this recipe, and I want to use some of the ingredients that I do have readily available so that I don't have to keep ordering more and more stuff. So this is my SLSA, and it did kind of gather some lumps after sitting over a period of time, and I tried to just kind of mash those lumps out with my hand. But to be honest with you, you don't even have to do that, because we're going to put this in a stand mixer. So when it came down to the recipe, guys, there are a lot of things that you can change out and you don't have to use, okay? And I'm going to help you guys make this recipe as cheap as possible, even though you are using a whole lot of ingredients. So do look forward to some substitutes that I will be posting in a Patreon. One of those substitutes is you don't have to go to an online chemist website and purchase anything pertaining to rice. You can go to the supermarket and you can get rice flour, okay? Rice flour is really cheap. It's really inexpensive. You can buy it at Kroger. You can buy it at Walmart. And it's just really not hard to buy. Now, this is vitamin B5 right here. And vitamin B5 is really good for strengthening your hair, okay? Now, we are going to use this cocoa butane. And this is a mild surfactant. And this is also an ingredient that will increase the lather inside of our shampoo bars. Two products that will bring increased lather, and that is the SLSA and also the sodium cocoa noodles. Okay, those will bring lather to our product. So what I'm doing here is gathering my liquid phase, and in this phase I am putting my cocoa betaine, my hydrolyzed keratin protein, and also my preservative. Now, when it comes down to the preservative, you can use liquid Germol Plus. You can also use a preservative such as Phenonip, and I'm sure it's so many other preservatives you can use, but just make sure that it is a broad spectrum preservative, because this shampoo bar may just be one that sit in the shower, so it always will be in moisture. So this is my preservative right here. I only used about 1% of the recipe. And when it comes down to a preservative, you can go up to 3%. Now what you want to do is you want to go ahead and get you a spatula, or just give it like a little mix just to get those ingredients mixed in together. You will not be heating this up. This will actually sit to the side. You will take your heated phase and you will double boil that and heat that up. So now I'm going to go ahead and pour my fragrance into a glass cup. Now listen, when it comes down to the fragrance, what I did was I put my mica powder into the fragrance because I wanted it to be evenly dispersed all throughout my shampoo bars. I didn't want to just throw the mica powder into the mixer and it's just like, hard to really get it together. First things first, you're going to go ahead and put all of your surfactants into the mixer, and you're going to start the mixer on low, because if you put it on high, you're going to have this stuff all in the air. From the side of your mixer, slowly adding your heated phase. And what you will notice that as you are adding your heated phase in, a lot of that dust that you see kind of flying around will calm down and eventually disappear. Then you want to go ahead and on the side add in your liquid phase. And as you add in your liquid phase, you will notice everything start bunching up on the sides. Don't worry about that. While I was allowing everything to kind of mix in, I went ahead and added some peppermint essential oil to my batch. Peppermint essential oil is known for giving a cooling sensation when used and added to your products. So that means like when you use it in your body washes, it gives like a tingling feeling, and also it just feels so therapeutic when you use it in your hair. So that is the reason why I added it to this particular recipe. So just allow it to all mix in. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and turn your mixer up just a little bit so that you can gather a little bit more from the side. So I'm pouring my fragrance in my purple mica. Now listen, I went with True Lavender from Fragrance Buddy, and it smells amazing. The next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and turn off your mixer and just begin to gather this paste from the sides of your bowls. Also scrape from the bottom just to make sure everything is being mixed evenly, because everything can just kind of cape up on the sides and you'll get everything out and you'll realize that it's just not properly mixed together. Now, the last thing you want to do is you want to turn it up on high speed, and that will help release a lot of that paste from the middle of that whisk attachment. Now, just grab you a big old bowl and get ready, because things are going to get kind of messy. So the next thing you want to do is go ahead and take your hands and just mix this stuff in, just to make sure that all of the lavender, you don't want to have a bunch of white spots. I know it's going to get all stuck to your fingers, but this is the greatest mess. This is one of them turn a mess into a masterpiece type situation, because baby, when I tell you these shampoo bars going to be so good. Oh my God. So just go ahead and begin to pat this mess into your mold, okay? Now listen, if you are using round silicone molds, square, it does not matter. You need to make sure you really pat it down, because if you don't pat it down, it will not take on that authentic heart, round, or whatever shape you are using, okay? So I only made about 18 ounces, and so I was only able to make about one little heart, because I had like some heart molds, and the rest of them was like maybe 4 big hearts. So I was pretty happy because I wanted mine to be a nice size because I didn't want little skinny thin shampoo bars that would be prone to cracking or breaking when it is exposed to too much water. All right, so these were perfect for me, nice and tall. It came down to this particular recipe because I used that cocoa butter, the acetyl alcohol, the stearic acid, all of that stuff incorporated together, especially the salsa. It made a really hard shampoo bar. So I didn't have to worry about it crumbling or just being too soft. This thing was ready to pop out of the mold. Listen, y'all, not 2 hours, not overnight. I literally popped these things out of the mold in 30 minutes and I just let them sit to dry. Guys, I'm coming to my last heart and I allowed you guys to sit here through this whole process. I usually don't even put this on camera, but I want to tell you guys something. If you are thinking about putting shampoo bars into your business, I will make a shampoo bar recipe that you don't have to use a whole lot of ingredients, available to you guys on the $5 level in my Patreon so that you guys can have access to it. This year, I am committed to helping you build your business for less. One thing I stand by and I always promise, and I tell my Patreon members, you are going to get some good recipes out of me. When I first started, I was looking at other creators and they don't put half into what I put into my Patreon, okay? I make it to where as though you guys have candle making recipes that work, skincare recipes that work. I do not play about my people. So click the link in the description box and get up in that Patreon. This year, do not be moved by what you see. I know the economy may not be doing the best, but this is the year when you have to have faith in God, okay? In order to be a successful business owner, that will require you to have faith. It takes faith for you to believe for that next customer. It will take faith for you to stand in the midst of a financial storm that is happening within our country. Whenever these type of situations happen, don't get in fear and be trying to close your business down. This is a time where you stand, you pray, and you ask the Lord to help you. And the Lord will show you what to do, and He will guide your every footstep. Okay, guys, so these are my bars. I was so excited. I went and popped them out. It did not take long for them to get hard. Like I said, it only took about 30 minutes. But I want to show you guys something with my rip glove, okay? I am able to press on these after 30 minutes and look, my finger is not going on the inside of it. I could tap on it. It's not falling apart. That is showing you that you have a very good recipe, okay? And if you guys want to make this recipe without all of the extra added products, just let me know and I will switch it up for you in a Patreon and make it to where so you can make this recipe without the keratin, protein, and all of that kind of stuff. So you guys let me know that as well. But this is it. Oh my God, look at it. It is so beautiful. I'm just cleaning it up around the edges. And then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to sit them. Look how hard that is, y'all. This is 30 minutes later. This is not 1 hour later. This is 30 minutes later. All right. This is my finished product. I will see you guys around in the Patreon. All right.